Starting to center the body before the practice begins, quietening the mind down, the breath. Noticing your own breath, not changing it, just aware of body breathing. Just checking the feet are relaxed, the ankles and the knees, and the hips, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. So awareness of whole body, particularly right side of body and left. We set an intention today, being aware of the left side of body and right. Just looking for balance between both sides. And balance in the breath. So evening out in-breath and out-breath where you can. Coming back to your intention as you move through the asanas. Looking for balance. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms overhead, stretching them away. Breathing out, bringing the arms back down to the sides. Once more, in breath, arms up and overhead. And out breath, arms back down to the sides. Knees together, draw them into the chest, rocking side to side. Place one ankle gently over the other, keeping the knees in towards the chest. Raise the arms up, interlock the thumbs, breathe in, reaching the arms away, breathing out, drawing chin back into chest, releasing through the tops of the shoulders, stretching out through the rib cage and the chest. Keeping the fingers soft, just releasing the arms behind you. Breathing in as you stretch the arms further behind. Breathing out as you relax the shoulders away from the ears. Noticing left side and right side of the body. Breathe in, bring the hands back down onto the knees. Place the feet on the floor into a bridge position. Line up the heels with the backs of the knees, keeping the feet hip distance apart. Breathe in, press down through the feet, squeeze the glutes, lift up through the waist into your bridge. Interlock fingers underneath you if you wish. Breathe in as you lift, breathing out as you hold. 2 more rounds of breath, breathing in and out. 1 more, pressing through the heels, breathing in and out. And then gently roll down the spine. Knees into the chest, rocking side to side. Placing feet back on the floor in the same bridge position. Breathing in, come up again, breathing out. Breathe in, bring the arms overhead whilst in your bridge. Then breathing out, arms down, roll down the spine. And twice more, breathe into bridge, arms up and overhead. Breathing out, releasing arms down, rolling down the spine. And final time, tucking the tailbone under, lifting and breathing out. Arms down, rolling down. Knees back into the chest, rocking side to side. Then roll up, coming forward, bringing soles of feet together. So some inner thigh stretch, lengthening up through the spine, breathing out, relaxing the shoulders, holding onto the ankles or the shins, or holding gently around the toes. So breathe in, lengthen through the spine, breathing out, hinging forward slightly till you feel an inner thigh stretch, hinging forward from the top of the thigh. Sitting up on an in-breath, breathing out, folding, leading with the chest, relaxing left leg and right leg. 2 more breaths, breathing in, breathing out, folding. Staying with the pointed stretch. 1 more in-breath, and then breathing out, folding. Then breathing in, coming the whole way up, legs together, into tabletop, stacking the joints, wrists underneath, shoulders, knees under hips. A neutral spine, so draw the belly in and the rib cage, breathing out. Breathe in, take the chest forward, tailbone back for your cat-cow, flexing and extending the spine, breathing out, rounding. Pull the rib cage in, breathing in, chest forward, breathing out, rounding. And again, breathing in, forward and out, rounding. Breathing in back to the tabletop, breathing out. Extending the right leg back and then picking up the left arm. Look ahead if you wish, or look down. Breathing in and out. 2 more rounds of breath. A round of breath is an inhalation and an exhalation. 1 more. And then release. Switch to the other side. So left leg back. Roll the left hip down to ensure it's facing towards the mat. Right arm in front. Breathing in, reaching. Breathing out, holding. Look ahead if the balance is good, or look down. 1 more round of breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And releasing, tucking the toes under, stretching forward. Elbows off the mat, ears in line with the upper arms. Relaxing through the belly. Breathing in, back up to tabletop, untucking the toes, sliding the left hand across in front of the face. Take an in-breath, reach the right arm up for a twist in the upper back. Look up to the hand if it's comfortable, or look ahead if there's any neck issues. Breathing in, lifting, breathing out, twisting. And then breathing in, back down. Other side, so sliding that right hand in, breathing out. Take an in-breath, other side. Checking what's happening, the other side of the body, drawing the shoulder blades together. And then breathing in, coming down, toes tuck under, reaching forward with the arms once again. And turn the palms to face one another, thumbs pointing up. Just stretching through the triceps and relaxing the shoulders down a little bit more into the mat. And then breathing in, coming up, breathing out. In breath, forward, out breath, into dog. So stretching back in downward facing dog, pressing hands into the mat, lifting the weight of the pelvis back and towards the heels so there is less pressure on the wrists. Relaxing the head, gaze is between the feet. Releasing right heel to the floor as much as it's comfortable for the stretch. So keeping a bend in the left knee, while the right heel moves towards the mat. Noticing the right leg, back of the ankle and calf, the stretch, and then release to the other side. So bending right knee, left heel, moving towards the mat. Stretching as much as is comfortable, heel not having to touch the mat. Rebending the knees, lengthening back through the whole of the spine. Releasing both heels as much as you can in your downward facing dog. Resting at any point you need to. Checking for stretch in both left and right legs. And then looking between the hands, start to walk the feet forward, coming into a forward bend. Place the hands somewhere on the legs, breathing out, folding forward. Crown of head facing towards the mat. Breathe in, pressing up through the glutes to the ceiling. Breathing out, folding, taking the chest down. Your forward bend. Weight forward in the toes. Use the in-breath to draw the chest down, out-breath, folding. If you wish, placing palms underneath soles of feet for some more stretch. Breathing in, drawing chest down, breathing out in your fold. And gently bending the knees to protect the back. Breathe in, palms come up and overhead. Breathing out, hands into prayer position. So Surya Namaskara, which is the sun salutation, 2 rounds of breath and flow. Breathing in, breathing out, fold. Breathe in, left leg back, breathe out. Breathe in, look up, turn the palms. Breathe out, forward, into a plank, out to lower the knees, in to bring the chest through to a cobra, breathing out. In breath, tuck toes, hands back a bit, out breath to dog. Walk the feet in if you need to, breathing out. In breath, look ahead, left foot forward in the low lunge, breathe out. In breath, look up, out breath forward. In breath, leg alongside, breathing out, rising up, pressing the feet into the mat, breathing out. In breath, arms up, out breath, fold. In breath, right leg back, breathe out. In breath, looking up, out breath, forward. In breath, plank. Out breath, knees down. In breath, chest through to a cobra. Breathe out. In breath, tuck toes under. out breath, dog. In breath, right leg forward, breathing out. Breathe in, look up, open the chest. Out breath forward. In breath, left leg alongside, breathing out. In breath, rising up, breathing out, hands in prayer. And one more. In, out to fold. In, left leg back, breathe out. In, looking up, out forward, in plank. Out to lower the knees, in, coming through cobra, breathe out. In breath, tuck toes, out breath, dog. In breath, left leg forward, breathe out. In breath, look up, out breath forward. In breath, right leg alongside, breathe out. Breathe in, reaching up, breathing out. And final side, breathing in and out, fold. In, right leg back, breathe out. In, look up, out forward, into plank, out to lower the knees, in, chest through, breathing out. In breath, tucking toes, out breath, dog. In breath, right leg back forward, breathe out. In breath, looking up, out breath forward. In breath, the left leg is alongside, breathing out. Rising up, pressing through the feet, and breathing out. And standing into Utkatasana, mountain pose, hands in prayer position, taking 2 rounds of breath. Breathing in, breathe out, release the shoulders, and again, breathing in and out to release. Ensuring you are with feet in hip distance apart position. Breathe in, breathe out, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Tucking tailbone under, hands in prayer. Breathing in, breathing out, squat. Weight is in the heels. Breathing in, keeping the chest lifted, and breathing out, squatting. And taking an in-breath, leaning forward and twisting over to your left side, taking the elbow across. Bringing the arms out, if you wish, to a 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock position. And then breathing in, back to center, breathing out. Breathing in, come the whole way up. Breathing out. Breathe in to lengthen. Squat on the out breath. Breathe in, leaning forward and twisting over to the other side, hands in prayer. Or the 12 and 6, so 6 o'clock position, arms out. Looking up at the hand or looking ahead, opening the chest, or keeping the hands in a prayer position and just breathing. And then breathing in, back to center, breathing out. Breathe in, come the whole way up. Breathing out, taking 2 rounds of breath back in your Utkatasana, your mountain pose. Breathing in from soles of feet to crown of head, and breathing out from crown of head to soles of feet. One more. And gently, a little bit of balance work. So keeping the hands on the hips, holding onto a wall if you wish, picking up the left leg. So as much as you can, balancing. Keeping the chest lifted. Finding a gaze point, a drishti point just in front of you. Breathing. Using the wall as you need to. And gently stepping the leg behind you. Have a look at that left foot and turn it in about 45 degrees, keeping the front leg facing straight ahead. So ensure hips are facing forward, chest forward, taking the hands into a prayer position behind the back or holding the elbows, hinging forward. Halfway with a flat back, breathing in and out as you fold. So lengthening through the whole of the spine, drawing shoulder blades back, shoulders back. Breathing in, lengthening, breathing out, holding. Breathe in, bending the knee, keeping the hands interlocked behind you, taking that right shoulder forward towards the right knee, arms up overhead, keeping the chest moving forward for humble warrior. Rooting down through that front foot and the back foot. Breathing in and out. And then breathing in, coming the whole way up, stepping the foot forward and picking up the other leg. So right leg up, using the wall for balance. Starting to take the hand away from the wall if you wish. So the standing left leg does some work, or keeping the hand on the wall. Finding a drishti point, that gaze point in front of you. Picking up into prayer if you wish. And then an in-breath, out-breath, stepping back with that right leg, turning the toes into a 45-degree angle. Front foot facing forward, hips forward. Checking your alignment. Holding the elbows or hands in prayer, arms behind you, breathing in, breathing out the flat back, lengthen through the spine, and fold. Hinging from the top of the hip, keeping the chest lifted, breathing in and breathing out, softening into your forward bend. Aware of balance, coming back to that intention. And then breathing in, bending that front left knee, interlocking fingers, reaching forward, taking the left shoulder towards the left knee, and it does not have to touch, arms overhead in a humble warrior. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, keep lengthening forward as much as you can. Breathing out. 2 more rounds of breath. Breathing in and out. 1 more. And gently, hands on the hips, breathing in, coming up the whole way. Turning the feet out, and in breath, and squatting. Finding our horse pose. So just ensuring, sinking down through the hips, keeping the chest lifted. Elbows in front to add a little bit more weight as we release into it. Or you can take the hands above for more work. Picking an option or keeping hands on the knees. Breathing in and breathing out. In breath, chest lifted. Out breath, relaxing into it. 2 more rounds of breath, working where you feel you can comfortably. Breathing in and out. One more. In, chest lifted, out. Breathing in, coming up the whole way, breathing out. Heel toe the feet together. Standing in mountain pose. Breathing in, reach the arms up. Breathing out, palms down. And again, up on an in-breath, out, coming down. In and out. Last time, in and out. Breathing out. Taking the legs nice and wide. If you have a yoga block nearby, bring it to the front right side of your mat, or if you can, grab a large hardback book. Legs nice and wide, turning right leg out. Triangle pose. Breathe in, breathe out, leaning sideways, lengthening from tailbone to crown of head. Breathe in, breathing out, and leaning. Keeping the hand on the hip for now, drawing the chest back, keeping the top shoulder back. Breathing in and out, working in your triangle. Breathing in and out. And if you wish, taking an in-breath, reaching the arm up overhead, breathing out, stretching it and around. Breathing in, reaching, breathing out as it comes round. Last one. Hand on the hip. And for a little bit more opening if you wish, taking the hand to the inside of the thigh on the leading leg and turning the chest, looking sideways or looking up. If there's any neck issues, just looking forward. So focusing on balance, lengthening and strengthening through the body. Or keeping the hand on the hip. And then undoing, bending the front knee, turning to face the toes. Breathe in, out breath. Just releasing the back knee down, keeping the toes tucked under. Breathing in, breathing out. In breath, arms up. Out breath, elbows back. Two more, up and around. Last time, up and around. Ensuring you have the block near you, coming up, placing the hand somewhere on the block, which is in front of you about 12 inches to the right of the mat, kicking up for a little bit of balance. So breathing in, lengthening, breathing out. Straightening the leg as much as you can, letting the weight of the hand on the block release a little bit more. So the leg is doing a little bit more work in your warrior. You can place the hand a little bit lower down. So working on your balance. And then bending the knee, bringing the foot in, coming the whole way up, breathing out. In breath, up, out breath, down. Once more, breathing in and out. Taking the legs out nice and wide again. Triangle other side, moving your block. Other leg out. Breathing in, breathing out. Reaching, leaning sideways. Finding the point of stretch, letting the hand travel somewhere down the leg till you feel that stretch. Keeping the hand on the hip, focus on your balance. If you wish, floating the arm up, wherever it's comfortable, rooting through the feet. An option to breathe in, taking the arm around as you breathe out, opening the chest, breathing in and out. And again, up and out. Keeping the hand on the hip if you wish, or taking the hand to the inside of that bottom thigh, opening the chest a little bit more, looking up, looking ahead. You can look down at the foot if you're working on your balance. And undoing, hand on the hip, looking down at the floor, bend the knee, take the hands down, come onto the back knee, ensure your heel is lined up with that front knee, breathing in and out. In breath, arms up, elbows back, open the chest, in, out. One more, in, out. And then coming forward, up, take the block in front of you and kick up on the other side into your warrior. So warrior 3, letting the standing leg do a little bit more work as you balance. Placing your hand on the yoga block or your book. And less weight on the block, more in the foot. And breathing in, bending to come down, coming up the whole way. Take an in-breath, and then hinging, folding forward. Hands resting on the legs, ensuring the toes are slightly facing in. In-breath, out-breath, fold, allowing the head to hang. Keeping one hand on each leg. Keeping the weight forward in the toes, pressing through the feet as you lift the buttocks, breathing out as you fold. Placing the hands on the mat if that's comfortable. Breathing in, leading with the chest, breathing out. Taking fingertips behind you through the legs, palms down, if you wish. Balancing through left and right side of the body, coming back to that intention. Balancing out the breath, even in breath, even out breath. And then gently placing hands back on the legs, breathing in, coming up the whole way. Turning right leg out, take an in-breath and lean into a warrior. So warrior 2, palms up, breathing in. Breathing out, relax the shoulders, look out over the middle finger. Rooting through the feet, keeping the chest lifted. And breathing in, come up, breathe out. Turning the other foot out, breathe in, release into your warrior, palms up, relax the elbows. Looking out over the middle finger. Keeping the chest lifted. Breathing in and out. Release the hands down. Coming into reverse triangle. So leading with the right leg and the left leg behind you. Turning the toes in once again. Take an in-breath. Folding forward. Leading with the right leg, back leg behind you. Place the left hand on the right shin. And start to draw the chest forward and turn. Placing, if you can, the left hand on the outside of that right foot, turning the chest and floating the arm up. Reverse triangle. Breathing in and out. Take your options. You can keep the hand on the hip, look down, working on your balance. keeping the left hand on the shin. So right hand would be on the hip, left hand on the shin. Just turning the chest as much as you comfortably can, working on your balance in your reverse triangle. And then breathing in, coming up, bend the knee, shake out the legs, and switch to the other side. So taking the other leg forward, so left leg, turning the toes in on the back foot, hips facing forward, a nice wide stride, keeping the left hand on the left hip. Breathe in, float the right arm up, reach across so the hand can connect somewhere on the leg. Lengthen the spine and start to turn towards the outside of the left leg. Breathing in and out. Turning into your reverse triangle. Focusing on your balance. Drawing the left hip back. Taking your options, keeping the hand on the hip, keeping the hand, left hand on the hip, right hand on the shin. Lengthening through the spine as much as you can, drawing that left hip back to keep the pelvis even. And very gently bend the knee, breathe in, come up, shaking out the legs. Coming to a wall, hand on the wall, left side facing the wall. Breathe in, pick up that right leg, breathing out. Take it behind you, just to stretch out as much as you can. The quads, squeeze through the buttocks. Pressing the foot into the hand, keeping the chest lifted. Opening up that right side of the hip. And then releasing, turning the other way, picking up the other leg. Pressing the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. Drawing the knees together. Breathing in and out, relaxing the shoulders, feeling the stretch in the other leg, in the thigh area. And then gently releasing, coming back to the front of your mat and squatting. So squatting so you are on the toes, balancing, coming back to that intention of balance, keeping the chest lifted, relaxing through the shoulders. Keeping the weight even, if you can, through both feet on the toes. And taking the option to come into Malasana, where the heels come down, chest is lifted, and the hands are in prayer position. Checking for stretch in the left side of the hip and the right. Staying with a squat or coming into Malasana. Keeping the chest lifted. And then gently releasing, coming back into your downward facing dog, lengthening up through the spine, breathing out. So really stretching back, releasing through the heels. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Almost using downward facing dog as a resting posture. And then breathing in, just coming forward to plank. Lower the knees if you wish, keeping the shoulders moving forward in line with the wrists. Or pressing the heels back chest forward, working the belly muscles, breathing in and out. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more, and then releasing, keeping the toes tucked under, lengthening back. 3 rounds of breath. An inhalation and exhalation being 1 round of breath. And then an option to come into plank again with the knees forward for 3 rounds of breath. Full plank, knees off the floor, or side plank, modified. So take the right foot out to the edge of the mat with the arch of the foot on the edge of the mat. Turn onto the left foot on the side, breathing in, lift up into your plank, breathing in and out. And then release back to plank, lower the knees, sit back. Taking 2 rounds of breath. Even out the breath, balancing the breath, as well as the balance through your plank pose. Breathing in, coming back, taking your option, half plank, full plank, or side plank. So this time the left foot would come forward, turning onto the side of the right foot, keeping the wrist in line, the shoulder lifting up. Breathing in and out, in and out. 1 more, in and out. Coming back to your plank, breathing in and out. 1 more round, in and out. Lower the knees, stretching back, taking 2 rounds of breath. Relaxing the shoulders. And then coming up onto the knees, taking your yoga block or your hardback book behind you, placing palms on the block. Breathe in and open the front of the chest by pressing the hands into the block. Don't have a block, fingertips face in, breathing in and out. Breathing in, lifting up, squeezing. There's another option to open the front of the body. 1 more round of breath, breathing in and out, and then gently releasing. So coming forward onto the buttocks, moving the block out of the way. So a stretch through the back of the legs. So draw in the right knee, pressing up through the left heel. Cross the right leg over the left, sitting up nice and tall and hinging forward with a straight, upright spine leading with the chest. Hinging from the top of the thigh, breathing in and out. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and the hands relaxed, letting the knee move away. Breathe in through the sit bones, breathing out and folding comfortably into your stretch. Keeping shoulders relaxed. Noticing correspondence when you breathe in and press down through the sit bones and the stretch. Breathing out, releasing into that stretch. Gazing just at the knee or and shins. Keeping the right leg nice and soft. Enjoying the stretch. Evening out the breath, coming back to that intention of balance. And breathing in, coming the whole way up. Undoing the leg. And switching to the other side. So pressing through the heel, toes moving towards the knee. Crossing the leg over, but allowing the knee to relax away from you. Sitting up nice and tall and breathing out, leading with the chest, hinging forward, keeping the shoulders soft. Breathe in, sitting up, breathing out as you fold. Option 2, hold the foot if you wish, as long as the shoulders aren't rising. Breathing in and out. Focusing on that in-breath as you press down through the sit bones before you fold. A nice stretch in the back with the right leg. Gently breathing in, coming the whole way up, undoing. Straightening the legs in front in Dandasana, so sitting up nice and tall, working the back muscles and the belly muscles. Drawing toes towards the knees. And breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, hinging forward from the top of the thigh. Releasing the hands somewhere on the legs. Keeping the chin tucked in. Breathing in, lengthen forward. Breathing out, folding. Placing the hands, if it's comfortable, underneath the backs of the legs. You can have some softness in the knee joints. They do not have to be completely straight, just as long as we're breathing in, lengthening, leading with the chest, and breathing out, relaxing into it. Holding the feet if you wish, without drawing, shoulders up to the ears. Releasing through the low back in your forward bend. Keeping the elbows soft and the shoulders. In breath, lengthening, out breath, folding. And gently breathing in, coming up the whole way, pulling the belly in. And lying down, bringing the feet out to the edges of the mat. Keeping the chin tucking in on the floor. Arms out to the sides. And windscreen wipers, so we ease out the low back. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll the legs to the left, keeping that distance between them. Breathing in, knees up. Breathing out to the right. In as they roll up, out to the left. In to center, out to the right. In, slowing it down, out, in and out. And then in to center, and finding the legs on the left side, leaving them there. And becoming aware of the left foot and the left heel. And place that left heel on top of the right knee, if it's comfortable. So this will increase stretch through the inside, the hip bone. Breathing in and just breathing out now, relax into it. Aware of the stretch, softening through the hips and the belly. Gently undoing, allowing the knees to roll to the other side, keeping that same distance. Knees on the right now. So aware of that right foot and placing it on top of the outside of the left knee. A stretch to the left inner part of the hip. Relaxing the legs. Coming back to that intention of balance. Checking for difference on this side. Very gently just undoing, drawing the knees back into the chest, rocking side to side, easing out the back. And then breathing in, picking up head and shoulders, placing forearms underneath the backs of the knees. So you can draw the knees to either armpit and the head down to really ease out the low back. In happy baby pose, you may wish to hold the outsides of the feet. And again, draw each knee towards the shoulder, breathing in and out. So breathing in and out through the low back, keeping the head on the mat. Using the forearms as an alternative behind the backs of the knees. And then gently releasing a hug of knees into chest. And then straightening the whole body out. Coming into Shavasana as we calm the body down into the final resting posture. So tucking chin into chest, releasing through the feet. Arms by the sides, palms facing up. And aware of that left heel, relaxing the left foot, and the left knee and the left hip. And relaxing the right foot, right heel, right knee and the right hip. And releasing through the belly and the chest, softening the left shoulder, the left elbow, the left wrist and fingertips. Releasing right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist and fingertips. So balancing both sides of the body as you're resting. Releasing lower jaw away from upper jaw. And resting quietly. The next few moments absorbing the practice today. And as you're resting, an option to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the upper chest. Connecting to your own breath, just feeling it. aware of calmness in the body, calmness in the breath. Noticing rise and fall of the chest and the belly. And being aware of breath now, take a deep breath in, reaching the arms overhead, behind you, stretching out the whole body. And then breathing out, bringing the arms back down to the sides, gently bending up the knees and rolling carefully onto the right side of the body, just resting for a moment or two. Being aware of balance you've created in the practice and in yourself, and thanking yourself for taking part in the practice and looking after your own well-being. And slowly coming up to a comfortable seated position, crossing legs. Placing one palm on top of the other with the thumbs touching, closing over the eyes, bowing the chin. It's a sign of respect and reverence for your own practice and your well-being. And meditating for a moment or two, allowing the body to be, allowing yourself to be, noticing the breath, aware of rise and fall of chest. Now taking a deep breath in, lengthening up through the whole of the spine, lifting the chest, and breathing out, releasing the shoulders. And breathing in once again, and breathing out, releasing shoulders. And very gently opening the eyes. Thank you for taking part in this yoga home practice. Namaste.